to get closer to TNS. That was the main challenge. Currently we are top.
They've set the bar, and full credit to them, because they've been an amazing team in the league.
Obviously the transition from part-time to full-time now, so I think the next step is to challenge TNS in the league, which we are doing at the moment.
Chances are you'd like to be untouchable.
Han cognig ein Connah's Quay Nomads ag old Lanúne na chora iddo fian na hach gyfyd yn anachig mar yn club ysar an the League na Cymru.
It's an exciting challenge, but it is a challenge. You say full-time football and everyone thinks you're throwing loads of money at it. Everyone thinks that, it means you've got a huge advantage over other teams. One of the biggest decisions for full-time football is that financially it's more sustainable than what part-time football is, which can sound a bit strange. But with the tax implications of second job, and the money side of things and what your demands are, there's huge benefits of full-time football, especially within our league. TNS have ran away with it now. I think 7 league wins on the bounce. They're the only full-time football club. And I think it was evident if we want to ever go to that level, that's a transition that has to happen. Unfortunately, I don't think it can be achieved anymore in part-time football, and it's still transitioning. But where we are in year 2 is probably ahead of where we should be, and hopefully in the next 2 years we want to really push on, and hopefully the whole club can be full-time from a playing staff, and we can really progress and have a real good quality attempt at that football at the league, but also to have a sustainable model. The huge credit has to go to Gary Dewist, the owner, his financial support, but more than that, his vision and challenging the staff at the club at all levels, from coaching and his vision of where he felt it could go. We followed that, and it's been an immensely exciting period. And when he had the vision that he wanted European football for this football club, and that was the angle around 5 years ago, that's what we've been striving for. And as we said, it's been great that we've achieved that, but we're constantly looking forward. We're never happy or comfortable. It's always the next level, the next stage, the next development, and that's been one of the most pivotal parts of the football club, that is continuing to strive to be better. And we hope we can continue that and look to progress as a football club.
A chaöver illa gyrsona hat y ddeddi gymwlwch pniaf League na Cymru. Y manager Alba na chachge agos siawn skipad Manchester City Andy Morrison. A hadda fi 3 blion as y driach.
We're in a reasonably strong position at the moment. It's been a steady progress from day one, really. When I came in, obviously jobs don't come along when you're doing well. The club were bottom of the league and struggling. That season we managed to get into the playoffs, and we played in Europe, won a game in Europe, and then we've just been steady since then. Second year finished second, won the Welsh Cup last year and qualified again for Europe. So it's been a very successful, productive period for the last 3 years. I think very early on, I think the chairman had a vision of us going full time and ultimately challenging TNS. And that's a process that we're in at the moment. It's a slow process. To completely change your squad around is very, very difficult. So we've had to do it periodically over the 3 years. Just trying to bring in and integrate full-time players into the club. And I think at the moment, we sort of were up to maybe 12, 13, but I think we're back to around 10 now. And we're hoping by the start of next season that good 90% of the club will be full-time.
Hastudiche Balcosher club gen y faral gyfel y manager ysar am y Balcosher League na Cymru ac na Nomads.
Arguably the biggest change of the football club. A lot of people would have questioned it. Never managed before. Was assistant manager at Airbus, where he had huge success. His playing career speaks for itself. But without a doubt, in my opinion, that was also one of the best decisions the club ever made. His detail, his demands, his intensity, his leadership qualities. They can't be compared to anybody else in the league, in my opinion. I do think we are privileged. We do have the best manager in the league, and he's proven that, and the success that we've had with the 3 European campaigns, the success in Europe, the success in Irn Bru. This is very much driven from Andy's influence, and introductions to the club has been immense. So yeah, we're very fortunate to have him. I've no doubt he'll progress and go higher in the game. There's no doubt on that. But during his period here, hopefully he can bring and continue to bring the success that he's brought to the football club.
Get the Hannah Nomads 3 pwyngyn at hosiach of TNS the league, chanyl other manager a chad a club ac hyn.
It's not about Connah's Quay and TNS. It's about us progressing and about us trying to reach the standards that we need to set in every area of the club, not just in the football side of it, but away from the football club, the medical side of it, the infrastructure at the club. We've got to build that, and then a byproduct of that hopefully would be results. The results then will get you closer to TNS, but it's not about chasing TNS down. It's about us being the very best that we can be, and in time that hopefully the gap will keep closing, which it is at the moment.
We don't have the pressure to win the league this year. Where we are with our programme, with our 3-4 year vision, is to compete and ask the question. All the pressure on TNS. If we were to be defeated this year, it's not a huge issue for us, but there's also an opportunity there, and and as opportunity arises, and as with most clubs, the hardest league to win is always the first. And whether that's going to be over the next coming seasons or whatnot for us, hopefully. But it is a challenge. It is a big task. But yeah, some teams got to do it. TNS has to do it for the first time. Who's to say it can't be done? And we're working hard, and we're doing all the things on and off the field that we should be doing to get to that level. And hopefully in the coming years we can see the rewards of that effort and that work.
Han y Nomads cwtioch proshalas yn academy achge, le da hiad clwychitad o gyda'r úsin na sogyn a och, suas gynnwyb yn giag.
The academy began when I sort of left university and joined the club properly after my playing career here, so around 8 years ago now. We've had huge success over the years. We've had 37 players represent the first team in competitive action, so that's more than any other club in Wales, which is huge. And bigger than that, we've moved 28 players onto professional clubs. So yeah, it's pivotal. The academy is a huge part of the success, and we're always looking for the next generation and next talented player to come through the ranks and aid our first team, but also aid his personal development onto a higher level.
Han coginw god la nŵnje it took al ysbwynach a hard gan a clwychitad yn cwtioch.
Yeah, it's nice. Obviously, everyone wants to play football full time. That's the dream. So it wasn't really much of a hard decision for me, and I know some of the lads are the same. So it's every lad's dream really to play football every day. So we enjoy it and we work hard.
No, we've got a great squad, and we all get on really well together. So we're all together on a Tuesday and Thursday anyway. So we do get a lot of work in then. So it's not as if it's having an effect on us, because, like I said, we've got a really good squad and we all pull each other through. So yeah, it's going really well. So I think eventually, obviously, the club wanted everyone to be full time. So that's just the way it is at the minute. We just got to get on with it.
That's more training, obviously. Part time. We do 2 training sessions a week, and maybe stand around a bit doing some shape and some other stuff. So when we're full time, we're doing gym work, we're doing swimming, recovery, training right. So it's something all round. It's a much better model, and I can think the results have shown that this season.
Gyffolasiach ha cort ydys na clwychitadan y fi y gwbydd gan y manager achge yrwgwg am yn ynnish.
Since the gaffer's come in, we were bottom of the league, I think, when he took over, and we got in Europe that season. We come second twice now, so you can see the progression, and the season we're top of the league at the moment. It's early days, but you can see the progression, and I'm excited for where this team can go.
He doesn't give you a minute of rest, which I personally like, because I like to try and obviously give me best performances, and I feel like I'm better when someone is there, obviously willing me to do that. So yeah, he's been great with me. I get on really well with him as well, and I think he's great for the club as well, because obviously the stats are what he's like in the game as well. So yeah, it's been really good to work with him.
A dw iseg Morrison gyfel yn clwb agos na clwychitad yn y bwynach for fi y clwychio am y ffachbysyn y tyfa mwyn y Cymru.
I can't overemphasise the importance of European football to every team in the Welsh League. That's ultimately the goal. Obviously there's different criteria for different teams. Some of them are to stay in the league, some are to try and reach the playoffs. And for us, it's we have to qualify for Europe. That's a standard we've set over the last 3 years, and we have to maintain that. And it's a fantastic experience. It really is. Something that I never experienced as a player. Something that most of these players haven't experienced unless it's been in the Welsh system. So it really is a special time, because you get to Geneva to watch the draw, the excitement that goes with that. And we've had success. We've beat Helsinki, which was an incredible achievement to beat a team of that stature. A part-time club like us. We knocked Stabæk out of in the first round. The first season we got in, we were a full-time Norwegian Premier League team, which was that's never been matched by any other Welsh team. So we've done very well, and we've always given a great account of ourselves, and it's like I say, it's a fantastic occasion, and it's something that's really exciting. Something that, you know, we felt that the Irn Bru Cup has given that as well. You know, you're waiting on the draw, and then, you know, again, you do your work on the opposition. You know, we try and get up and see who we're going to play. You know, I went to Ross County to watch Ross County against Falkirk before we played them. Managed to get across to Coleraine and watch them. So yeah, it's an exciting time, and it's something that you want to be doing. Because if you're getting to the latter stages of these cup competitions or into Europe, then obviously that comes from the back of success.
Get the ada is sylfachas gan y Nomads, fi Connah idd Andy Morrison. Mae'r yn skipper the hook Manchester City go bwy play-off enyamal ag Wembley an yn lwch at synwn. Y ciolwch eich gan bi antysorich jacke an yn criach yn lwch taich tyf gor Manchester gybrach.
I always feel very humble when that's said, you know, that the part that, you know, myself and that group of players played in the change in the club's history. It's well remembered, and it was you know, it was a special time for the club, and the fans still remember that with great passion. The Wembley day was a reward for a lot of sacrifices I made myself in my life, you know, and the success come on the back of that. And you know, when we had back-to-back promotions, and you know, unfortunately, you know, I captained the club, you know, back into the Premier League, and you know, I'm very proud of that. And you know, and I still work at City now on match days in an ambassador